Hey, hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here today. So today I'm going to talk about how many meaningful experiences have you had in your life? So, sometimes we struggle with the fact that we don't feel like we've had a truly meaningful experience in our life. And that can sometimes make us feel stuck, as if where you're at right now is all you can ever be. But it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, if you're in a career that you can't stand, and maybe you wish that you were your own boss, you can do this. You can do it. Or you can change jobs, right? You can have a meaningful career that provides personal satisfaction where you wake up every day eager to get to work. You seriously can. It's totally up to you how you live your life and where you're going in your life. You might not know what it even feels like to have a meaningful experience or what would satisfy you personally. So let's figure out what makes an experience meaningful. So most commonly, a meaningful experience is an event or other experience that has made a considerable impact on you or otherwise shaped who you are. It might have been a positive experience that left you feeling confident, or it could even have been a scary or been something that left you scarred or even left you feeling vulnerable, right? Some people feel as if they've never had a defining moment that changed them, and they actually crave such an experience. For some, meaningful experiences have come naturally, but not for everybody. And for many of us, those really meaningful experiences might only happen once or twice in a lifetime. Some people may have to go out and experience something for themselves in order to have that. It might be these experiences has happened to you, but you've never taken the time to put meaning to them or to make them meaningful to you, right? So if you decide now that you're going to do this and go out and experience something for yourself and have a meaningful experience, typically this is going to involve getting out of your comfort zone and overcoming one of your fears. That's all I ever talk about, right? That stupid, dreaded comfort zone. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. So, for example, if you've always been terrified of heights, maybe you might want to book a skydiving session. Or if you're scared of the ocean, try out scuba diving. I know those are extremes, right? But usually it's those extreme things that make the most impact. That's why Tony Robbins uses those extreme things. But it doesn't have to be so extreme. I mean, if you're afraid of heights, go book a trip to the Grand Canyon or to the top of the Empire State Building, or maybe a roller coaster that's really high, or something that scares you. I mean, it doesn't have to be, like I said, so extreme like skydiving, but there's probably a million other things you could do, something that you're afraid of that you're going to conquer, right? And if you do something, if you do something that's mundane or something that you're comfortable with already, it's not going to stand out as meaningful or have any real impact on who you are. Really, the only thing that can make that experience meaningful is you. I mean, no matter what it is you choose, you have to be able to take some kind of meaning away from it when it's done. So, for example, if you're afraid of heights and you go skydiving, it doesn't help you if you don't come out with a feeling of pride and courage from it when you're done, right? You have to be able to give meaning to those events, because no event inherently has meaning, not by itself. It's the meaning you give to it. It's the meaning that you put on it, right? So, and you can even choose to give positive meaning to an otherwise negative events. So, for example, you can take away the positive experience of having pushed through with rough times, like if you got fired and then maybe later found a job, you pushed through, right? And that's a positive experience, and you can put meaning in that. Or even right now with our crazy COVID-19 pandemic that we're dealing with, if you really look, you could find something in what's going on right now to give you meaning in your life. I don't know. Maybe it's just that the pandemic is showing you have time to sit down and think. You have time to, you're at home anyway, and you have time to like figure out what's really important to you, and are you really living that life that you wanted before this pandemic hit? I mean, I know right now you're probably not, but maybe during this pandemic you're realizing that, hey, my life wasn't going where I wanted it to go, and I need to make some changes when this is over to go after what's important. Maybe this pandemic could be that for you. or whatever. I mean, having meaningful experiences is extremely important if you want to be successful. When faced with adversity in the business world, you need to be able to look back on something that you thought you could never do, like skydiving, that will give you the drive to overcome your obstacles, such as fear of hosting a webinar or being on a video blog, right? So for me, I've had 3 or 4 life-changing experiences in my life. I've had some pretty scary, really big life-changing experiences. But for my business success, I think my most dramatic experience was with Avon. Back in 2008, when Richard and I earned the #1 top spot in a cruise to the Bahamas incentive. We were #1 in the entire nation. I couldn't believe it. #1 in the entire nation. I didn't even realize that. I mean, I was so busy working to help my team members get on that cruise. And I already knew I would be on it. If I could get my team members on it, I would be on it. But I had no idea I was #1. Avon asked me to go on stage at a leadership convention and talk to a room full of leadership reps who were all at the top levels of leadership and had achieved way more than I did. I wasn't prepared. I didn't have clothes with me because I wasn't planning on being on stage. But for those of you that have been around with Avon for a while, I was executive unit leader at the time, and I was talking to a room full of senior executive unit leaders at the Senior Executive Unit Leader Conference. Donna Miles called me up on stage, and I was so terrified. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how I got the words out. I was shaking so bad. I was terrified. That was scary for me. I was talking to people who I perceived as being so much better than me, right? But quite a few reps came up to me later and told me what a great job I did and how motivating I was. And that made me feel really good. I mean, wow, from these people, right? I was so shocked that these women who were so much better than me were telling me how inspiring I was. But you know what? Once I did that, once I got up and I gave my little speech and I survived, I knew I could do anything. I knew I could achieve anything in my Avon business that I really wanted. So for you, maybe skydiving or scuba diving isn't in your immediate future, but you can still find meaning in these times, right? And then you can start taking action to get out of your comfort zone and start doing the scary things that will get you on the path to changing your life, such as doing Facebook Lives or asking a stranger to be your customer. Oh, how scary, right? Or starting your own home business. I mean, maybe right now is a good time to do it. If you're home from work and you have the time to do that, start your home business, and you can grow your home business on the side of your job when you go back to work, or even if you are working. And then maybe over time you can transition, like I did, out of your business and out of your job and into your business full time. I mean, if you're interested in selling Avon, hit me up. I would love to mentor you, help you be successful. But whatever it is that you need to do to change your life, whatever that is, you need to now you can just get out of your comfort zone and you can start doing those things, right? To get you there, to help you move forward. If you can overcome your worst fears, then everything in the business world is easy. By having some kind of reference and a source of courage, you're going to be able to work towards your goals with much more confidence, making sure that you're accomplishing them much quicker. You got this. So, hey, now I'd love to hear from you. Have you had a meaningful experience that helped make a difference in the direction of your life? What kinds of things do you do to get outside of your comfort zone? Karen says, Facebook Live. I know. Karen, you got this. Just do it. Just do it. You have to do it. That's the only way to get through it, is to do it. Seriously. So, hey, I'd love to hear from you. So get down in the comments and share your thoughts. And I would love to hear your stories. So thanks, Karen, for being live with me today. And anyone else who might be live with me that just hasn't commented, or anyone who's watching the replays, I appreciate you. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.